Alright, guys. We've got a 2 Rax Reaper for BYUN in the bottom right side of this map. Immediately, oh, it's a 3 Rax Reaper, sorry, into a second gas. Up against Solar in the top left side of the map. Now, recently, 2 Rax Reaper has been struggling with guys who just drop a third base while getting 2 Rax Reapered. Is Solar going to follow that pattern? He does love an early Ling speed. He goes 2 Queens, 4 Zerglings. He sees the 2 Barracks. And most importantly, his Overlord continues. If there were Marines building, they could kill this Overlord pretty quickly. But if at 215 you do not see a command center, you should have your alarm bell ring. And Solar looks at it, 215, no command center. He knows he's being 3 barracks. He knows this is 3 barracks Reaper. He should do nothing but build Zerglings. He has a drone hidden down here, but rather than committing to the hatchery, he's going to build more Queens, more Zerglings, and he just has to survive. This is, of course, an age-old rivalry. These guys are great friends. They both take care of each other's dogs whenever the other one's traveling. The dogs get to go have sleepovers at the other one's house for a few days if they go on a trip. Good mates who've played thousands of games against each other, hundreds of competitive series. It's almost always very close to 50-50 in the head-to-head. Only 1 Zergling kill so far, and BYUN, that Reaper count's going to start growing. BYUN, of course, is a grower, not a shower, but we'll see if he can get enough damage done. On this map, where are the ledges, guys? Because normally it's when those Lings come out with Ling speed, does he have a ledge he can bounce up and down? I don't think this map has any ledges. This might be a trash map for 3 Rax Reaper. He needs damage before Ling speed kicks in. Oh, he goes forward to the Queen, doesn't get it. Dude, he almost loses those 2 Reapers. Ling speed's about to kick in. Solar, he's only squeezed a few more drones and he's got 20 Zerglings. Ling speed's almost there. You can see the Reaper count is now enough to 2-shot Zerglings. Soon, it'll be enough. If he gets all these Reapers together, he can 1-shot a Zergling. Because they do 2 times 8 damage, right? So it does 2 times 4, 8 damage. So Zergling has 35 hit points, so you need 5 Reapers to 1-shot a Zergling. Right, yeah. It's 3 to 2-shot, 5 to 1-shot. So obviously you don't want to target fire. Now that you're at 8, you just want to try and gun them down. This should be BYUN is behind, but because it's BYUN, I don't know if he's behind or not. But like I said, there's no ledge. Or can he jump up and down there? Maybe he can jump on that ledge. That might be a Reaper ledge. Ling's coming down. Ling's going to wrap around. He needs to send some Lings to the right to make sure he doesn't go there. But oh, he goes behind the minerals. Oh, BYUN's mad dogging it. Oh my god, this is really good for Solar, I think. The grenades are so nice, though. The Reapers do get surrounded by some Lings that got bounced behind the Reapers, and Solar's happy to take that trade. It's not only positive now, Solar should immediately drop a 4th base and drone like a mother trucker, in my opinion. He's going to build a 6th Queen, more drones. I honestly think a 4th base, probably smart, but he's back on gas. Or maybe he's never pulled off. Yeah, you know, he's back on gas. Carapace is also huge. Because you know after this, there's always going to be a heavy marine follow-up because you've seen 3 barracks. Well, you've seen 2 where you've inferred the 3rd. So you know, hey, this guy has to keep going, but he's worried about the follow attack. So Baneling Nest is actually coming in. Solar is worried also about an SCV pool joining up as well. Chat says, correction, Pig, BYUN is a shower and a grower. Oh, he's both, is he? Guess it depends what mood he's in. People were asking what playstyle players had. Innovation, here's a mixture. Innovation did timing attacks. His builds were very clean. He had some good macro play. Would I call Gabe a macro player? Yes, Big Gabe, definitely at his heart of heart, is a European macro virgin. But he's actually had his most success in tournaments when he hasn't cared about tournaments. So Gabe's a much better timing attack player than he is a macro player. He doesn't want to admit that, which is why the only times he's actually done timing attacks is when he was out of practice and he felt he couldn't play very well macro. And those are his best tournament results. Top 4 at the World Championship, lots of timing attacks from Gabe. Lots of really good 2 and 3 base timings. So that's actually a really cool kind of bit of theory we were talking about there with different player styles. But yeah, we should go back to casting the game. But I think Gabe's a really interesting one because he literally rocked up to tournament saying, I don't care about this tournament. I'm just going to see what happens. And those were his best performances. There was a DreamHack in America back in the day. And there was also Katowice 2022. He got top 4. Carapace and Baneling Nest are nowhere near done. This might be a brilliant moment to strike. Pushing deep on creep, normally dangerous, but BYUN can shift-click those Banelings. Solar has a massive work account, but oh, his Queens went a bit far forward. He doesn't have enough Ling Bane ready. He's being too greedy. Oh, BYUN might just finish this right here. Oh, there's a Baneling. Oh man, you could see his stim ran out at the worst possible moment. Still a good trade for BYUN, but I honestly thought he might win the game right there. Remember, this is a 2-base all-in. There is a 4th and 5th barracks, no 3rd command center. Solar is mining a lot more money, but BYUN's out trading him pretty significantly. If BYUN can keep these trades up, he can drag this game on. He's also keeping Solar off a 4th base, so it's only a 1-base advantage so far. Alright, Queenling Bane hanging out. Tanks don't do that much damage to non-armored units. You can see the Queens can absorb a lot of tank shots. He does get 1 volley on the Banelings, or 1 shot, I should say. You can see that all those Banes go down. And I think Solar has got 3 Banes behind. Can BYUN... Oh, BYUN focuses all 3 Banes down. Sorry, I was a bit zoomed out on that. BYUN, relentless aggression. Gets Solar under his thumb and does not let him escape. That was a beautiful thumb wrestling style pin for the win. All right, guys, BYUN, you know when BYUN's playing his best StarCraft, he likes to do this. He's like, I'm going to do the same build. Dude, if he goes for a 3rd barracks again, that would be so funny. I think this map's longer rush distance. And I don't think there's any ledges. There's no ledges at all. So this would be an appallingly bad map to go 3x Reaper on, in my opinion. I'm too old for that. I prefer to shout 69. Yeah, 69, 420. At least 69, you know, 1 in 20 kids you could ask, and they'd describe to you 69, and you'd be like, well, at least you know what you're saying. At least people know 420 is the weed number, haha. But 6-7, man, that one's just, yeah. Ask a kid to explain that one. They're like, it's just a thing we say. You're too old. You don't know. It's a secret. I can't tell you. Like, you little liar. You little liars. I kind of enjoy it, though. Like, it kind of feels like an AI-generated meme that somehow has, like, got the life of so many memes I remember from being a kid in school. All right, Reaper's dancing in. Let's go. Let's see if we can find some damage with this first one. He's gonna get 1 Zergling normally. 6 Lings come out. Oh, Solar's back in the 6 Ling club. I hate the 6 Ling club. You guys know my thoughts on 6 Lings. This is only 2-Rex Reaper this time. And the Reaper gets himself 1 Zergling. Of course, the Overlord did confirm the command center's down. Solar can build the hatchery there. He's just building up to about 9 Zerglings. Now, if you build this many Lings, you cannot let these Reapers kill any drones. You need to have the Lings guarding the jump-in ledge, Queens on the natural usually, and see what you can do. Still no 3rd base, so Solar's going to go 3rd Queen, Overlord up to 44 supply, and only now is he going to start that 3rd hatchery. Queen will take a bit of damage, but I think he's okay with that. Solar does need to double inject, though, or inject and creep tumor might be what he goes for. Interesting that the Lings stay so far back. Almost trying to bait him in, it looks like. Hey, he wasn't sure if that creep tumor was going to go underground before he finished it, so he threw the grenades. As obviously their area damage, they'll still hit it, even if it's underground. Does get the creep tumor down. We've got a starport coming in for the medevac production. And of course, that quick 3rd CC. So BYUN's going to be essentially playing a kind of 3cc 2-on-1, but it's off of a bit of a delayed start with these Reapers. Oh my gosh. Okay, the Reapers holding position pretty nicely, guarding this. Now with 3 Marines behind the wall off as well, Stim should be safe. I remember back in the day, we always thought it was so worth to like make 4 Banelings here and blow them up into the tech lab. I can't imagine that's like... I guess just because you never have a Baneling nest this early in modern StarCraft 2 builds. If you already had a Baneling nest for a different purpose, it might make sense. Like wait till this upgrade's almost finished, then blow it up. Especially if you could blow up here where you get the reactor as well. That's a 2-for-1 value deal. It's going to be a Banshee. I did not check. I thought it was a reactor building on the factory, but it was actually a tech lab, so looks like just a safety Banshee, and then he swaps over and builds medevacs. It's going to keep you safe against any sort of roach counterattack, 1-1 roach roll in anything like that. Carapace will start. He's hit 150 gas. Look at how tight Solar's build is, guys. Hits 150 gas, almost instantly starts Carapace. He has a second gas going as well, because if you don't get that second gas up, well, you're already on 3 mineral lines. And you don't have any gas. You need a lair and a Baneling Nest, or Baneling speed is just going to be so, so late. Double NG Bay comes down, still off 2 barracks. So there's economy, there's upgrades, there is not a lot of unit production for BYUN. Starts his double upgrades, Ling still poking around the front. We do have that lair, Baneling Nest should go down any second now for Solar, usually in the natural, but we'll see where he decides to throw it. It's 8 queens and 22 zerglings. Banshee flies in and gets wrecked. And surely, is he playing Ling Infestor? No, there we go. Baneling Nest finally does go down. 34 lings, 8 queens. Feels like Solar's not seen this push coming until now, but he's nearby. He's got his units ready, and with no medevacs on the front just yet, I think he's fine. Lings are trying to wait for the queens to do the tanking. Seeing if the lings can bounce in while the queens are getting targeted. BYUN, though, with some really good micro. Gets a queen, 15 zerglings have already gone down, and a hatchery cancel. Hey, Cloakless Banshee gets the work done. That really limits the growth of Solar. Otherwise, Solar might be able to get 10 workers up on this 4th really early and just explode his mineral income. Now we're in a bit more of a balanced game. 3rd and 4th barracks goes up. There should be a 5th barracks. Oh, okay, sorry. There's the 3rd barracks, which he's going to swap onto that reactor when he realizes. But BYUN hitting a nasty supply block, and that's distracted him for now. One drone goes down. Big thank you, Oscar, for the subscription. Welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for the generosity and kind words over the holidays as well, guys. Really appreciate you all. It's been cool to see lots of new people hopping on the Patreon as well. Big thanks to all of you. So I'll maybe do a shout out at the end of this game. Trying to do some more Patreon shout outs on Pigcast, since this is the channel that I'm kind of most consistently able to put out videos on. Oh, hold on. Banelings, watch out! Yeah, I think you just pick up. Yeah, don't risk staying there. But so far, the trading is good for BYUN 2-1, but it's not like it's been particularly intense trading. And as I said, if Solar can manage to drone up one of these bases, that'll really help him. But +2 Carapace isn't there. Okay, finally Carapace kicks in. +2, that is, starting up. And we do have double eBay waiting to start 2-2 for Terran. So Zerg's still ahead on the important upgrade. +2-2 starting just seconds behind for BYUN. And the Hive going down real early. But it feels like Solar's just waiting for the hammer to swing. He's waiting for that attack to land. He's massing units off what for Solar is an uncharacteristically low worker count. And that tells me that if BYUN plays this slow, he's going to have a decent transition into the later stage. Even though I normally consider Solar a little bit better at Hive Tech play, I kind of feel like it's not the setup he might have wanted. Oh, he tried to drop the Marine to detonate a Baneling or 2 on it. Trying to be as annoying as he possibly can. Solar's going to have to micro this. He was looking elsewhere, and BYUN just looking for these trades. But BYUN's not looking now. Oh, your turn to get caught not watching. Let's take some losses. Oh, BYUN's actually doing... Oh, look at this angle. Oh, this is the choke of doom over here. Yeah, you got to flank around that left side for sure. Going to try and go for that high ground tank. Lings and Banes running through from that side as well. The Ling flank did not go in, though. He sent the Ling flank the wrong way, guys. The Lings went around the right side, which means that high ground tank survives way longer than I thought. I don't think it matters, though, because Solar's still got a pretty good cleanup. But, as always, whole army F2s to one side. Can he scramble back to the right in time? Looks like not early enough to save the drones. And, indeed, maybe not even early enough to save the hatchery. Marine's damage output is so wild. Sometimes I try to put StarCraft 2 things that we consider normal into Age of Empires 2 terms. I'm just imagining if you're in an Age of Empires 2 game and someone could just like grab 10 knights and leapfrog them across your wall off and like snipe a town center in like 6 seconds. That's the equivalent of stim Marines, isn't it? With medevacs with boost. I mean, it's the same with like Zerglings and Zealots as well. It's just the time to kill is so brutal in StarCraft 2 with buildings. Which is cool, because it allows you to really punish people very quickly for being out of position. You know, that there's... A lot of RTS have the bumpers on a little bit. StarCraft 2 has the opposite of bumpers. It's Not only do you not get the bumpers, oh, as that Ling Bane pulls back, you also have a guy actively kicking you in the crotch as you try to bowl your ball down that alleyway. Siege towers? Yeah, it's still not going to kill the town center very quickly, though, is it? I mean, don't get me wrong. You got, like, maxed out high damage units. Oh, my God. Damn, Ling Bane got a good surround. These are definitely not Teutonic Knights, these guys. Hot damn. Oh, he gets the hatchery snipe. Nicely done. Can he defend the tank? Oh, man, the Marine's trying to cover it, but the Ling Bane comes in as well. Dude, he's working these side ledges so well. I've talked about this map and how the middle area is a nightmare for Zerg. Turns out this top left is also kind of nightmarish. I think this right side, even though it's a little choky, probably a bit better. But even then, imagine if there's tanks up there, tank here, and bio spread. That's hard to deal with. BYUN's now on 4 base, 3 upgrades coming in, 5th command center building. And Solar has been getting punched in the face for this whole game. However, remember, it's Solar. And Solar is very clutch at making big plays when that Hive Tech finally does kick in. He's going Ultra Infester as well. It's a good choice. Widowmine's taking out a few units, nothing too crazy. The Lings are doing A-okay, but BYUN did keep the insurance tank on the high ground. That insurance tank will stop him from losing everything. Another hatchery gets cancelled in the top left, though. Might have even been killed. Obviously, quite a few workers go down, and BYUN's economy is not massive. He should be rebuilding those. You can see a few SCVs starting up. Marauder production is big. He's got concussive. If you can get the Marauder count up, they can deal with the Ultras and the Infestors somewhat. And Lurker upgrades are coming in as well. Isn't that interesting, guys? And he's going movement speed before the other one. Oh, no, sorry, that's not a Lurker. That's so weird that I thought that was a Lurker upgrade. Oh, Fungal and Queen takes out the full medevac. So it's the Ultra movement speed upgrade. Never mind, guys. It indeed would have been very odd. Oh, the Queen's got the other medevac! BYUN's getting a little bit scrappy right now. He's up against an 88 worker Zerg who has Infestors, has finally secured a 5th base. The Infestors are out of juice, though. It's mostly just Ultra Ling Bane, and now Hydra's coming in behind. I have to question the Hydra commitment here, because Libs are a natural accessible counter to Ultras, and Hydras do not do well versus Libs. Corruptors, on the other hand, is normally what you'd add in here as a Spire. BYUN, though, gets another deny on the 5th. Solar just stuck in 4-base purgatory, man. The only problem is BYUN can't force an army engagement because Solar keeps giving up bases, which means he might get impatient, go too deep on creep, and get in a big spot of bother. I love the counterattack here. There is still a tank on the high ground. Sergeant Chadhammer, raining death from above. Marines behind the minerals. Ultra can't get back there. It's a nasty bit of terrain on this map. A White Rabbit. Looks like I think another command center and something else got cancelled there. Chadhammer's up to 35 kills on the high ground, though. See, 1 command center has died versus 3 hatcheries. Those are the ones that weren't cancelled. The Braid is still sieged in the middle of the map. Solar, he's going to go Lurkers. That's why he's gone Hydras. Interesting. Ooh, I feel like Corruptors are everything right now. If he has Corruptors, he can control the map. He can deal with the Libs. He can clean up the drops. I'm a little bit confused. He just killed a few of his own Marines, did BYUN, to queue up a Ghost. BYUN wants more Ghosts, more Libs right now. Oh, he catches all the Queens on the right side. 1 or 2 might escape. Ling Bane Ultra rotating. Has he left anything in the top left? 1 Ultra should be enough to defend that top left base for now. Another drone goes down. Solar's got Frenzy on the way, as well as +3 melee. He's got +3 carapace. Only +1 range. 3/3, of course, is done for Terran with +1 vehicle weapons. 4 more commands in his building. BYUN is finally saying, all right, well, if you refuse to take a 5th base, your economy's pretty bad. I might have to play late game. So we're going to go from just 5 orbitals all the way to probably 9 or 10. Oh, Biomine with the Libs there. The Libs do pretty good against the Hydras, but there's not much ground support. Where the heck is the ground army of BYUN, guys? He's going to counterattack up the top. Planetary is exposed. This might be a crucial mistake for BYUN. All of his building command centers going down. The Planetary going down. He does take out a very crucial 5th base for Solar. But if you lose all of your command centers in the process, these are such a big investment. They're not even getting cancelled. Finally, BYUN cancels one of them, but dude, he just lost thousands of resources. There's a game where he's been severely out-trading Solar. Solar finally finds an okay trade. Solar's very poor. He needs better than an okay trade, though. Oh, and this is bad. Solar lunges away, then he lunges forward. He lunges in, he lunges out. The rhythmic thrust in, thrust out of the Hydralisk. But those Terrans did bring protection in the form of those medevacs. They managed to avoid the virile Zerg payload. And what's the next step? Just lurker upgrades now. I'm still confused about lurkers here. I think Corruptors is such a better choice. Dude, BYUN's really put the pressure on nicely, though. From game one, you could tell he kind of got under Solar's skin. I actually think off the opening, Solar could have droned up to 80 workers much earlier in this game. And considering he lost his 5th base, it would have been much better if he was on 80 workers the whole time. And just a little bit greedier much earlier, you know, right after defending the early pressure. And I think maybe he swarms a bit more at Hive Tech, but I also was expecting the classic Lurker play for him, right? Lurker Nidus first, not Ultras first. Going Ultras first, but not getting Corruptors and kind of getting pinned in your corner. But the whole point of Ultras is to dominate the map. And then it's only once the Terran starts turtling up behind planetaries, massing ghosts, where Ultras become bad. So I don't know if Solar... I wouldn't characterize what he's been able to get out of these Ultras as a success this game. Oh, look at that. Grabs 2 of the medevacs. Unfortunately, does leave one with a few units inside, but Abduct looking very good. Nidus Worm in the back of the main. Spread some wings forward, maybe. Watch out for the Widow Mines. Eh, nothing too crazy. Oh, the Infestor got sniped. He loses the Ghost, but killing that Infestor is pretty worth it. Nidus Worm gets up in the main, but at what cost? See, it looks like he might find big damage there. Good Widowmine Lib army defending the main. Sorry, the front, I should say. Main base is actually getting cleared up by Marauder Ghost. But if more Lurkers pop out, they're going to ruin his day. And indeed they will. Hydraling Bane on the left side as well. Solar on the right side. Remember, Solar does not have a massive amount of money. But right now, he is a little bit ahead in that income. Ultraling Bane tries to come in. One of the Ultras gets sniped. Another Ultra's going to get sniped. That's 2. 3 Ultras getting popped by those Ghosts. Ghost Academy does get sniped by the Hydras, though, funnily enough. Hydras are also going to take out Chadhammer. Chadhammer gets 41 kills. She finally gets sniped on the high ground. I'll tell you guys, every Zerg has an unreasonable hatred of Sergeant Chadhammer. The high ground tank that never leaves the main all game and just covers that third base. Getting the snipe on her is insanely satisfying. Meanwhile, it looks like the front, a few more SCVs went down. 26 in total. Hydras escaped on the left side. A few more Infestors here. Back up to 80 workers is Solar. He's going to transfer to that bottom right side base and the middle base, and maybe take some more gases in the near future. Right now, obviously, it looks like he has too much gas, but I worry that some of these gases are going to mine out in the next few minutes. Hydraling Bane in the middle. He's going for the more mobile force now. Ling Hydra on the left, trying to engage here, but he's attacking around a corner. I don't know if that's enough Hydras. Oh, it looks like it is just enough Hydraling to take care of this. Middle of the map, Hydraling Bane plus Parasitic Bombs comes forward. Gets a few big snipes, and I think this should be enough now. If Solar could chase these Ghosts down, that's going to be that. He's got one more lunge in him shortly, but has to pull back from the Widowmine planetary setup there. BYUN's too fast for Solar, man. Well, it's really funny because, you know, Solar's so good at weathering the storm, taking punch after punch, but I truly feel that 3RX Reaper into Marine aggro game raised Solar's adrenaline, pushed his heart rate up, and I don't think he's finding the calm in the chaos that you really want to be finding in a StarCraft game. These are +3 armor Marines, guys. They care about as much about drone attacks as you care when a 3-year-old tries to fight you, you know? He's like, ugh, and he's like trying to tackle your kneecaps and you're just kind of laughing at him. Ooh, Infestors do get AMP'd. BYUN putting up a valiant last stand, but a last stand it is. I don't care how much freedom your Liberators have right now. This should be a Zerg playhouse, but actually overcommitment. Solar gets a bit too horny, doesn't take down the bottom right base, throws an army into the meat grinder. This planetary, 17 kill Liberator, 13 kill Liberator, 11 kill Widowmine, 1 kill Mine, 10 kill Liberator. Oh gosh, Ghost with 9 kills, Marauder with 2 kills, Marauder with 2 kills. Another Ghost with 13 kills, and that last Ghost also has 13 kills. My gosh. There are some veterans in this Terran army, but Lings are going to run in on the bottom side. They're going to clear out the workers there. Army runs forward. Hydra Bane just quick enough to remax, it looks like. Gets one of the medevacs with 3 Ghosts inside. Very nice snipe there for Solar. Bottom right side base getting ransacked. Lots of lost mining time in a situation where he can't afford it. You can see Solar's income miles ahead in minerals and gas. And the Hydraling Bane flank comes in. Only a few units alive in the top left. BYUN put on a pretty good fight, but Solar has fought back. He's held on. And as I said, I do tend to prefer Solar in late game to BYUN. But I'd say one weakness is he hates building Broodlords. And BYUN normally likes building a lot of siege tanks in late game. He didn't do that this game. You can imagine how having a few tanks might have helped him secure things, but in general, the modern map pool, this current one, has a lot of spread out bases, so static things like tanks and libs, not as controlling as they are on like a tokamak. Widowmine, not getting the big shot that he was looking for. That one was decent, and it does scare Solar back from chasing. Looks like the libs are going in a desperate attempt to pull Solar's attention elsewhere. Widowmine fires, only gets 1 Zergling and a few Banelings. Good stutter step for BYUN, but he just does not have the numbers. There's too much Zerg on the dance floor, and Solar weathers the storm, an incredibly stressful 21 minutes, but he ties up the series. That's all that matters. All right, guys, we got Solar in the bottom side of the map. BYUN in the top right, going for a command center first. Show you the bald spot. Oh, yeah, I was just telling the stream I have a bald spot. Yeah, I'll show you after the game. You guys remind me after the game. If I bend forward, I think you'll get a pretty good view of it. Yeah. Hair transplant sub goal. I've always wanted to visit Turkey. 2 birds with 1 stone. Turkey holiday plus hair transplant. Sounds like a good one, guys. I don't know, man. I don't know if I would ever do a hair transplant or anything like that. I'm pretty sure I just shave my head. Once it gets past the point of no return. Pigs are usually bald after all. No, those are domesticated. Are you calling me a domesticated bitch? Doggles, what the hell, dude? You think I look domesticated? Mate, have you seen a pig when it's out of the pen, escapes from the farm? In like a few months, it grows tusks and it gets shaggy as heck. I'm a wild boar, mother trucker. I'm a wild boar, man. Dude, I'm the reason people in Texas have guns. If 30 to 50 pigs, feral pigs, rock up on their property, they need to be ready to defend their children and their family, man. There's guys in helicopters flying around fucking Western New South Wales and Texas and all sorts of places trying to kill my comrades because they know if they don't keep our numbers down, we're going to take over. We don't even have opposable thumbs. We don't even have opposable thumbs, us pigs, and we're still a threat to the human race because we breed like mother truckers. Sorry, guys. For those who are on YouTube, I apologize for these asides. I know I've been doing more and more of them recently. I will commentate the game. This is a 2 Marine opening after CC first. He will deny the Overlord if it goes off the pillar. And it's going to be a double gas. So it delays the 3rd command center here when you go for the starport. It's not as quick. Like a 3cc normally builds the command center 240. But you've got such a fast orbital in your natural, fast double mule. Your economy is absolutely roaring. And you can still get the 3rd command center at a pretty good timing. And the SCV does pull back. He doesn't want to build the depot. That tells me he's going 3cc. He cancelled the depot, or was that an accident? Oh, he had a depot building up here. Yeah. 2 aliens building. And is this going to be Viking or medevac, guys? What do we got? Oh, he's just going to go Banshee. Never mind. Okay, Solar's done a pretty standard opening. He's got a quick ling speed, so very safe opening. I would say safer than you need against Command Center first. Building 4 Zerglings and a quick ling speed means BYUN takes an advantage. I remember, because Solar gets a bit predictable sometimes, I remember there was that finals he played against Maru at Dallas. He kept making the mistake of doing these really safe openings, and Maru was like abusing Command Center first into no defensive units, double engineering bay, straight to 8 barracks and just overwhelming him. And it really felt like it was just Solar playing kind of on default mode, like he was playing a ladder game, and Maru was like, oh, I know you're gonna, you're not gonna drone scout for sure. You're gonna go 4 to 6 slings, ling speed, things which could be massively delayed if you realized it was Command Center first. All right, guys, we got 3 barracks factory starport eBay. Looks like a 2 base timing off of the 4 Command Center. This is the old bunny build He knocked Serral out of DreamHack Atlanta 2022 with this build. Great tournament, that one. It was Bunny versus Hero in the finals. Bunny also beat Rainer that year and about 5 other times with the same build. Hellion Banshee off CC first into a 5 racks, 2 base all in bio tank. But he's actually building a reactor up here. Oh, that's for the starport. He'll swap with the starport. So that once the 2 Banshees are out, you go build medevacs and tanks. Yeah. Now, there's a Roach Warren building, which is the best way to counter this. Roach Ravager, easiest way to stop any 2 base push. It's not a composition that scales well into the late game Roach Ravager, but it's so good at this early stage. I would have liked to see the drones pull a little bit further away there. Good first Banshee for BYUN, gets 4 workers. Just a single Evo for the early carapace. Good play here. I don't think 4 drones is really enough to say this is a resounding success for BYUN or anything like that. But he hasn't lost his units, and I think that's always fine. If you're stacking up damage, not throwing your units away yet, there's still a lot of potential. Pig, is there a rule of thumb for Terran builds that just put 2 in each gas? There's no builds that do that long term. There's just small moments where you'll pull a worker off gas or a few workers off gas, and then you put them back on after building your factory or, or command center or whatever it is. So in general, always put 3 workers on each gas, unless you have a very specific build where you don't want to do that. It's mostly a TVT opening. Banshees go to the right, Hellions on the left side. 1-1 upgrades are here, Roach speed as well. 4th base does start at 613. It's a decently timed 4th, which it makes you think, oh, maybe Solar's macroing up. The problem is Solar's already droned harder than I would like to see. He's building another drone to replace the one that the Banshee gets as well. Dude, he's still building drones. He just saw an all incoming and he's rebuilding drones. Is Solar drunk? Or is he just that confident in Roach Ravager's ability to defend? It's a 2 base all in. You've gone to effectively 72 workers here with how many drones you've lost and replaced. Crazy choice for Solar. He doesn't have any Ravagers ready. The first 3 are finally going to finish. You need those Ravagers because they'll stop the tank getting in deep. Ooh, tank does get a shot off on those Lings, which is nice. I think he's fine. He's building another 2 drones. Wow, Solar's greed, man. Did he even realize this was a 2 base all in? Did he just happen to play Roaches and now he's like, oh, good thing I played Roaches. I mean, good early defense. He's been pretty solid so far. Yeah, I was going to say biling the middle of those rocks and breaking those rocks would give you a bit more mobility. Queen's in the open. Surprised BYUN didn't stim for that. BYUN's playing real cautiously. He doesn't want to over-stim. He's sending a tank and 4 Marines down the right side. That's a crazy drop to split push with. Normally, you'd want all your tanks together. It's all about concentrating that firepower. He's just going to use this as like a drop. I think he just grabbed whatever was there. Because whatever, just do what's convenient. But Spore Queen and a few Roaches defend. He's actually going to drop the tank on the low ground. BYUN is just getting so fancy here. Fancy play normally gets you killed. Let's see if BYUN can pull it off. Crazy 2 base push for it. BYUN, that stim will wear off. I like the way Solar's bought time for himself. But man, he's actually losing all those Roaches to those tank on the right side. Left side, there's so much Roach Ravager. These tank shots are pretty brilliant though. Does dodge the biles. Is this enough damage? At least 2-2 isn't able to be made. Roaches finally get down there, but he's just going to unsiege. Save the tank. Save the Marine potentially as well. Oh, he's still trying to attack with this. No. Get that tank out of there. Join up with the main army. 2 libs, 4 siege tanks, 46 Marines, 1-1. He's going to group up for 1 more wave as BYUN. What's the target? The 4th base? The natural? It's hard to... The Mothership is a map where it's hard to defend these bases as they get spread out. But it's also really hard to push. It's a big, giant map. Players forget. People forget, man. These spread out bases, they reinvented the game. Biotank lib coming forward. Big Roach flank. I love the big Roach flank. He's got to spread these Ravages out maybe a little bit more. Oh, dude, the libs. Here come the Roaches from behind. 1 tank already goes down. Both libs going down to the bile. Beautiful Roach flank. Yes, the Marines clean up the Roach flank, but that exposes all of those tanks. Solar massing 1-1 Roach. It's one of the best ways to shut down a 2 base player. I think if BYUN pivoted into a macro plan, he actually might have been able to turn this into a pretty good game by just avoiding the fight and just letting that Roach army expire. Because remember, the longer a Roach army sits around, it doesn't get any stronger. In fact, it actually gets worse. He stims a bit too far forward here as well. Marines try to run in, but feels like Solar's all over this game now. Look at that Queen micro, dude. Oh, he gets the medevac. These Marines are on a one-way trip, man. They're on a one-way trip, man. Yeah, BYUN's got no follow-up, guys. He's on 2 commands and is going double upgrades. He's just going to lift his main down in a few seconds, I think. He should drop a few more mules spread across this main and then lift that down to the 3rd. But he's just a bit too far behind. Roach Ravage is really good here. I'm not sure about Ling Bane, actually. I think Infestors might be better here. I mean, a few Lings will be good. Definitely add the upgrades, but Banelings seem kind of worthless against this army. Not going to lie. That being said, they are supply efficient, and he's so far ahead on supply, it might be a-okay. Bane speed kicks in. Marine Marauder tank here. One of the tanks goes down to the biles. Ling Runbai tries to go in, well defended by BYUN. Can he make it back from a 60 supply deficit? The answer is a distinctive no from Solar. BYUN's gonna have to tap out. Solar with the comeback. Wrecked in game 1, close to going out in game 2, but he keeps it together and makes it to the semifinals. GG, well played.